Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, you folks, sampler food series, something to do for the while. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat the stuff, I drink stuff. Then, folks, I'm going to talk about the stuff. Okay? I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that I'm going to go over here and try. Thankfully, in my nice little back room, a lot of times I do it from the truck now. I can't even say it's a rarity anymore. It's like, yeah, about 50-50. But I'm in my back room where my Peter Can Thunderbolt poster is, my crappy old ladder is. Got some Marvel figures up there on top of that too, and I'm wearing a cool shirt. Folks, when I wear a cool shirt, I like to highlight the shirt. What cool shirt am I wearing? You can partially see it. Boom! Magic! What the hell is magic? Well, I mean, that depends on who you talk to, and, you know, different philosophies and religious stuff, and mysticism. But no, this is actually from a show called Ugly Americans. It was on Comedy Central probably about a decade ago at the time I'm doing this now, which is horrifying to think about. It was an animated show. Sadly, it only lasted 2 seasons, but I loved it. Like, it was one of my favorite shows when it was on. And so not too long ago, I went over there and I was like, because we live in a cool age where it's like, I can just go to Google and be like, ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da, shirt. And sure enough. So, yay! I got my Ugly American shirt. Anyway, folks, go watch some Ugly Americans. I don't know where it's available. Like, I just got the DVDs, but definitely go check it out. It's hashtag Let's Bring Back Ugly Americans. It's a great show. Anyway, what am I trying for y'all today, folks? Well, I got 2 things that I'm going to review in a little batch. I'm just going to grab this one. Boom! We've got Smart Water, but not just any Smart Water, folks. We've got Pineapple Kiwi Smart Water. Hooray! Okay, yeah. I've done a few water reviews over the years that I've been doing the show now. I did the Sea Force water, which is the Chuck Norris water. I think I even did some other smart waters, like when they started doing the flavor stuff. This one, as far as I know, I think is a new one. And if it's not, then I'm sorry, I guess. I don't know. I don't work off your schedule. That's why I do all this stuff from a back room in my house. But for those who, you know, watch the stuff, like, I love pineapple. So if it's got pineapple in it, I'm probably going to try it. That's my line of thinking. Plus, I like Smart Water. I don't buy their stuff a lot because it's a little bit much. You know, it's not super expensive, but, you know, sometimes they have deals on it and stuff. But typically, I'm more of an Ice Mountain kind of guy. I buy like a crate of that stuff, and it's like $3. So let's give it a shot, see how it is. Who knows? Maybe this will be my new favorite water. It's a weird sentence to say. I think throughout most of human history thus far, if you had a favorite water, it was just the water that wasn't diseased and was going to give you polio. What a time to be alive. It does have a smell. Like, there's definitely kind of a somewhat tropically smell to it, so. No risk of this becoming my new favorite water. Yeah, okay. This is typically the problem that I run into with, like, the flavored waters. I did a review for Hint Water. Which, by the way, Matt, if you're still watching my videos, bud, appreciate it. That was a fan request to do that, the Hint Water stuff. Which, if anybody's ever interested and you want me to review stuff, you know, I can try to make it happen. I can't promise anything. But yeah, the problem I run into with a lot of this, it's like, I get that this is for people who are dedicated water drinkers who maybe don't want to do sparkling water, or maybe they don't want to do, you know, like the add-in stuff. I've done reviews for that stuff too. It fills a specific niche. Now, the thing is, I'm not that niche. Because I drink a fair amount of water, but it's not my typical go-to drink. A lot of times I'll drink, like, Gatorade, you know. I don't drink that much soda the way I used to when I was younger, but I, you know, still grab a soda every now and again. Water is kind of like my third option. And typically, if I'm going to grab water, I've got, like, stuff I can add to it. And then that'll do what it needs to do. with the flavor water stuff, it's like so light that for me, because I already have those other options, it's not something I'm super into to begin with. And then if I were going to go over there and just drink water anyway, I would probably just drink it straight versus this. Because it just tastes weird to me. Like, and the thing is, I can 100% imagine if you are somebody who is like, just like water's your primary go to. I could imagine that this would be a potentially nice option for you. Because my guess would be that, you're going to just take to it better. It's going to be more acclimated towards what it's trying to sell you. But whereas for myself, because again, I do go those other routes that are just more flavorful and more enjoyable to me personally, this is just weird and I don't terribly like it. Because there's just not enough there. Like, and it is there to some extent. Like, there's a flavor, I'm not going to lie. And, would pineapple and kiwi be the first thing that my brain thinks when drinking it? No. But with it being on the label, I can kind of go with it a little bit. Like, it does have sort of very mild tropical taste. But there's none of the sweetness, there's none of the acidity, which I mean, and I understand that. I'm not trying to go over there and be like, well, why isn't it? It's like, no, I understand it's a water product. But, yeah, because it's so light, my brain just attributes it to like, oh, well, the water tastes funky. And yeah. And the funny thing is, the more I drink it, the more I'm okay with it, but it's more so because my brain seems to be filtering out the taste. Like, it's still there a little bit, but it's not as prominent when I first open it up. So now it's just tasting more like water. Yeah, not so much for me. Smart water is perfectly fine, and this is an instance where, although I don't think the product in question is for this guy, I'm not going to go over there and badmouth the product. Where it falls next to like hint water or stuff like that, like, it's been way too long since I reviewed that stuff for me to really have a good recollection. I think hint water might have had a little bit more flavor to it, but yeah. So I guess, like I said, it really kind of depends in terms of just what you're looking for as a water drinker. I think that really is the crux of this whole thing. I don't think it's a terrible product or anything. It doesn't personally do anything for me. But I could see where other people might go for it. But yeah, for me, it's one of those things where it's like, I kind of can and can't recommend it, but ultimately I'm going to lean more towards can't, because I do think there are other options available. And this one might be perfectly fine, but if there's other stuff, there's other stuff. So anyway, folks, it's going to do it for me on that one. 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of the day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. And folks, if you could go over there and have yourselves a true pineapple kiwi rest of your life, because those are both excellent fruits. Just not when you go over there and, like, wave them around, some water. It really has to be a thing where it's like, when they make this flavored stuff, like, do they just go over there and take a guy, like, let's say, like, they're at the Smart Water Factory, right? And they got their big old vats of water, however the fuck they store this stuff. And they got it, okay, this one's going to be strawberry pineapple. Like, do they just go over there and take a guy and, like, rig up a bunch of bungee cords and stuff on, like, the opposite end of the factory and then slingshot the guy past the vats of water, and then he just yells out, pineapple and kiwi! Is that how that happens? Because I feel like that's how it happens. But anyway, 2 other things, folks. Number 1, try to bring some positivity to the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what if you can't do it? I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you do, folks. You try not to be an asshole. I think I got a little bit of a cold coming on. You think so? I think so. But yes, try to bring some positivity in the world. Try not to be an asshole. If you're over the blah, blah, blah. let's restart. Try to bring some positivity to the world. Try not to be an asshole. The world we live in can be a very difficult place, especially with crazy flavored waters and such, like, which again is like the most first world problem ever. I apologize to the universe. I'm feeling a little wacky, folks. A little wacky today. But the key thing is that even with the things that can potentially weigh us down, it's key that we go over there and try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives that we put out there. Because, then the very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Maybe you're going to go over there. Maybe you're going to try out some smart water pineapple kiwi stuff or whatever. And maybe you're really going to like it. And you're going to go over there, you're going to like it so much that you're going to go over there and you're going to write a song about it. Because maybe you're also a singer-songwriter. And then you're going to go over there, you're going to release it on the TikToks and the other social media stuff, what have you. And you're going to end up making, bank in, I don't know, the Czech Republic. Because why not? That's just the first thing that came into my head. Then you become a superstar in the Czech Republic. You become, their Bruce Springsteen, I guess. Yeah. Or, conversely, maybe do something that's way more realistic. Maybe you are just a singer-songwriter, and maybe you just want to go over there and get your music out there. There's plenty of platforms to do that on. Spotify sucks. I'm sorry. I hate Spotify. And in that, I wish you all the success in the world. Bye.